basically people chased them away, so they didn't actually get to take anyone away.
Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strada. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real. So lovely. I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share why internet is reacting to the fact that some group of military men with their military uniforms, all covered, faces covered, and all of that, decided to raid this MacArthur's Park in California. This actually got a lot of people reacting to the fact that there is something really going on, there is flood going on. Instead of these guys to go maybe save people's life, they are all around this park harassing people. And it's also said that some group of little people, little ones, are all there having a camp day. Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip because this got a lot of people reacting. So many Pankola people were like, oh my god, we are so tired, we never voted for this. Like, what is really going on? Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
This is Border Patrol in the National Guard, and they are patrolling around Los Angeles, clearing the area. So now we have the military and heavily equipped police patrolling around American streets. I'm sorry, I'm super fucking confused. I'm the only fucking combat veteran that's like, whoa, hey, hold on a minute. Hold fucking on a minute. This doesn't seem American. 3 days after the 4th of July? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, this is the weirdest free country that I've ever seen, bro. Is this the new normal? Having military and heavily armed federal agents patrolling American streets? What was it all for then, man? Like, what was it all for? It's strange to me that patriots have waited their whole life for this to happen. They have fantasized about the day that they would fight tyranny. And now that it's here, they say, yeah, I agree with this. It's fucking strange to me. Don't forget to show your papers, please.
We all know what happened in MacArthur Park wasn't about immigration. That was a performance, a warning. A federal power play dropped right in the middle of one of LA's most vulnerable neighborhoods. No warrants, no arrests, no reason. Just Humvees, horses, troops in tactical gear, and scared families running for cover. It's not law enforcement. That's authoritarianism on full display. You see, authoritarians don't need to change laws first. They change behavior. They make people afraid to gather, afraid to speak, afraid to exist in public spaces. That's what this was about. Because the feds wanted to process migrants, they'd work with the city. If they wanted safety, they wouldn't roll in like it's Fallujah. This wasn't coordination. This was occupation. And let's be real. They chose MacArthur Park for a reason. It's not Beverly Hills. It's not Malibu. It's immigrant families, vendors, children playing in a fountain. They picked it like you pick a stage. They made sure it was big enough to get the most visibility because the cameras would roll and fear would spread. Authoritarians don't always show up in uniforms at your doorstep. Sometimes they show up on horses, surrounded by all the firepower in the world, and pretend it's just procedure. But here's the thing. Militarizing in a public park, sidestepping local government, using troops to control a civilian population, that's not immigration policy. That's a regime test-driving obedience. What happened in MacArthur Park wasn't a glitch in democracy. It was a preview of what comes next.
All right, I'm in MacArthur Park. As you can see, it's completely cleared out. ICE and DHS just completely raided the park. Over 150 officers, authority, personnel. They had fully militarized vehicles, horses. They were armed to the gild. Activists came in through here 15 minutes before they raided the park and cleared as many people out as they could. It's a crazy scene here. Basically, people chased them away, so they didn't actually get to take anyone away. They used it as a photo op, and I'm not entirely certain how that works in their favor because it's one of the scariest scenes I've ever seen here in LA, of just military vehicles lining the street. And I don't mean one or two, I mean like dozens and dozens. And fully armed military guard, National Guard. This is insane. This is insane. I don't know what to say. I ran here from another location. As I was running, businesses where there's a parking lot, they had gated everything, locked it with chain link, with a chain. People were closing the fronts of their stores, trying to hide. I do not know how to express enough. This is not normal in America. And if you think that we are overreacting in LA, you better buckle up and get ready, because this is coming to your town, this is coming to your city. This isn't just like people picking up a person they're looking for. They are just showing up and grabbing dozens of people. You need to pay attention to what's happening.
Ended onto MacArthur Park, bringing troops, military weapons and equipment, and armored vehicles to a community park, a community hub, a place where families gather. This happened while summer camp was in session at the park, and instead of playing games with their friends, young children were subjected to having to be ushered into the lower part of one of our buildings as terror was taking place in our community. As they were in a space where United States soldiers were there with weapons here against Americans in the city of LA. MacArthur Park is the Ellis Island of the West Coast. It was chosen as this administration's latest target precisely because of who lives there and what it represents: resilience, diversity, and the American dream. It is no coincidence that the president would target a place that so clearly embodies the values he has spent his time in office trying to destroy. When we invade and surveil our own neighborhoods, when we scapegoat and demonize immigrants, when we disregard due process, we are no longer living under the rule of democracy. We are living under occupation and authoritarianism. The actions from the federal government over the last month do not represent the values of our city or of our country. Sending United States soldiers to intimidate children at camp and señoras at the bus stop is not making anyone safer. Raiding Home Depots is not stopping crime. Tearing families away from their children isn't upholding family values. And let me be clear, the cruelty and the chaos that we see is the point. But Los Angeles will continue to support our families, will continue to resist, we will continue to have each other's back, and we will continue to demand the immediate withdrawal of federal troops and ICE in our city. And now a call to all electeds and all people all across the country, from local cities, municipalities, jurisdictions, aldermen, governors, everybody. Please understand that what's happening here in the city of Los Angeles, we are the canary in the coal mine. What you see happening in MacArthur Park is coming to you. $140 billion new budget for ICE. What do you think that's going to do? That's going to transport what's happening here in our neighborhoods to your front doorstep. So wake up. It's not happening by accident. So please watch what's happening. Please support Los Angeles. Please support California. But also, we need to work together to figure out how to make sure that authoritarianism doesn't take over our country. And very briefly in Spanish. Hola, buenos días. Yo me llamo Eunices Hernández, soy la concejal representando al primer distrito aquí en la ciudad de Los Ángeles, que también incluye el vecindario y la área de MacArthur Park. Hoy lo que vimos ocurrir en MacArthur Park fue que agentes federales llegaron en caballos, con trocas militares, con pistolas, a tomar espacio, a crear terror y miedo aquí en nuestra comunidad. No tenemos los números de gente que se han llevado, se han robado. No pensamos que se han llevado gente, pero lo que ocurrió hoy fue una acción para intimidar a nuestra comunidad, para que gente no salga de sus casas. Y ahorita lo que quiero que entiendan la gente es que prepárense, recuérdense sus números, hagan sus planes, cuiden sus hijos, hagan lo que tienen que hacer para mantener sus familias juntas, y nosotros vamos a tratar y figurar cómo podemos apoyar nuestras familias. y también para agentes y representantes en otras partes del país. Entiendan lo que está ocurriendo aquí en nuestra ciudad, que está ocurriendo en MacArthur Park, eso va a llegar muy pronto a ustedes. Más de 140 billones de dólares nuevos en el presupuesto del departamento de ICE. ¿Qué ustedes creen que va a pasar con ese nuevo dinero? Lo que está ocurriendo aquí va a llegar a otras partes, o por favor abren los ojos y apoyen a sus comunidades para que podamos sobrevivir lo que está ocurriendo. Y le quiero dar muchísimas gracias a nuestro alcalde y también a nuestro presidente del concilio, que han estado trabajando muy duro, hablando con representantes de todo el país para asegurarse que nuestras familias no sean arrebatadas, que no sean impactadas.
So the situation that happened today in downtown LA in MacArthur Park was called Operation Excalibur. This journalist received leaked, classified information about the operation that they were trying to pull off in MacArthur Park, which is just outside of downtown LA. There were over 100 personnel there, from Border Patrol, ICE, even the IRS, if you can believe that. It was 9 different agencies. I'm sure you've seen the videos. There were armed, masked people on masked horses. There were, Humvees. It was this whole scene in MacArthur Park today. And the whole MO was to take down alleged fake ID trafficking and gang activities from MS-13. The documents say that MS-13 originated in MacArthur Park. And as far as I know, the gang MS-13, which is founded by Salvadorian immigrants, started in the 80s in the Westlake and Pico Union neighborhoods, but I could be wrong. The documents that Ken got his hands on were classified briefings from Army North and California National Guard. They included 9 federal agencies, including ICE, Border Patrol, IRS, and more, using soda-themed names like Pepsi, Inca, and Coke. The plan was that when they arrived, the troops on horseback would form a perimeter and conduct arrests. But the execution was an absolute disaster. And the reason why is because the National Guard troops said that they didn't know until 2 hours before this happened that this was happening. So the National Guard showed up late, and I think they were there for like 24 minutes. Some of the National Guard people said that they sat in their cars and they were hot and sweaty, that they didn't even get out of their cars, vehicles, whatever you want to call it. So there was this huge buildup. There were horses, Humvees, military gear. And despite that whole situation and this whole scene that was going on, there was no enforcement happening. National Guard personnel described it internally as a botched laughingstock, calling it shameful and ineffective. Mayor Karen Bass showed up on site. I'm sure you've seen the videos of her. And she basically was like, this needs to stop now. So in reality, Ken believes that this was a poorly coordinated show of force, lacking substance, unified mission, or actual enforcement. It appears to serve more as political theater aimed at intimidating LA's immigrant communities than a genuine effort to dismantle illicit activity. Now, this article is not just speculative. It actually has official documents and credible internal sources. And in case you don't know who Ken Klippenstein is, I did a little search on him. And if you guys have anything to add to this video, please do. He has successfully sued DHS and ICE and actively uses legal tools to hold agencies accountable. He is known for uncovering key government documents on DHS, FBI, Pentagon, and more. He has exposed internal memos, debunking allegations about Antifa's role in protests. He's taken on social media figures like trolling Elon Musk or Congressman Steve King to expose insider blind spots. And he published the J.D. Vance dossier in 2024 and a manifesto linked to a potential extremist in 2025. What do you think, TikTok? Do you think that this gives us some sort of relief? Because now we know what they're trying to do. Can I just finish washing my face and go to bed now?
So I'm sitting here thinking about California, which is where I was born and raised, spent the first 50 years of my life there, and what's going on, what Trump is doing, this show of force that happened at MacArthur Park, which is still bothering me, and I'm sure a lot of you very much. The thought occurred to me, of course he wants California. Of course he wants it. It's the 4th largest economy in the world. We know how Trump likes to, he likes numbers. He wants big crowds. He wants California. He wants the 4th largest economy in the world, and he wants to be able to say that he is the one who created it. You know it. And he'll do whatever it takes to get it, and that's what scares me. I agree with what a lot of people are saying in the post that is previous to this one that my husband did, kind of a breakdown from the FEMA Coast Guard former firefighter point of view, experience. I think that was a show of force. I think it was a test run, and I'm very concerned that something like that is going to happen, but on a larger scale. And in this moment, I'm sitting here thinking, it really pisses me off that we're here. Trump wants California. He wants to claim it. He wants to say he did that. He made it the 4th largest economy on the planet. That's what he wants. That's what I think.
Like, seriously, lovelies, things are really going out of hand. Things are getting tougher each and every passing day. Okay, I try as much as I can to, make some research on this MacArthur's park, and I found out that so many people were of the opinion that this park is known for its dangers. Like, it's a park that is dangerous. Like, you can find dangerous people there. They do all sort of things there. But what I'm so confused about is the fact that this said park, where a lot of people are being seen, even little people, children are being seen, happens to be a very dangerous one, right? And now, because I'm seeing all of those, oh my god, it's very necessary for us to go raid the said park because it's a dangerous park and all of that. I saw a lot of people just trying to like defend it, which the people I'm talking about, MAGA supporters. But other articles were actually saying that there are children over there having a camp, and these people decided to raid there, and some adults that were with these children, they have to like hide these children, not to get them traumatized. Like, it's so traumatizing to see these people all covered with their uniforms and houses and their cars, like coming to raid as if there is something there. And it's also said that after all of the raiding, they didn't even arrest anyone. So if you know that you went there to maybe probably arrest undocumented people, then that means without maybe getting anyone arrested, that means you probably went there for maybe a political game or something, which I do not even know the reason why they have to go there. But the most annoying one, or why people are reacting to it, is the fact that there are people there. It looks so like, oh my god, they want to like really put fears in people. Like, they want to give you this narrative of not standing up to speak up, like you dare not speak, or if you speak, they're trying to incite maybe fears to people, or maybe try not to make people to express themselves. And the fact that this park, they were not able to see anyone to arrest. People were probably running and trying to like get so scared of what is going on, and with the children there who were actually camping, like this whole thing is really, really getting tough. Each and every person did it. And the worst part of it, I have to check on something. Even though these guys are all around this park, there are actually some people who needed help. The flood, people getting on live because of the flood. And I also heard that some group of people from Mexico decided to travel down to these places where they have these flood issues to help. Like, they travel down from Mexico to Florida to help with the flood, to help save lives. But there are some other people who are all around the parks looking for little people, little children to to put fear into. And now so many people are like, what is really going on? Why is it that each and every person day, when someone wakes up, it's one news or the other, one raid or the other? Like, it's as if you're always living in constant fear, like without, like you're always expecting something to happen. You're always praying not to be something negative. And this is exactly what is present. Nobody's telling you not to get all of the criminals out from the country or the undocumented also, but like the way they are going about it, I think it's something that they really need to look into. I'd also heard that a mayor, I think a black mayor stepped in and like, oh my god, nobody, they need to leave the park because people were so scared. People were like, oh my god, what is going on? You know? Okay, even if they want to, even if they are looking for these undocumented aliens, as they call them, do they actually mean that these aliens are going to be in the park waiting for them to come arrest them? Maybe they should just go to their houses, or maybe. Like, seriously, it's really getting so scary each and every passing day. And I like the fact that so many people are beginning to stand up and speak up, especially, pen club. People have the power. You hold all of the power on your palms. You are in a very good position to correct whatsoever that is going on right now. And I like the fact that, they're beginning to speak up, they're beginning to see what people that looks like me have been trying to avoid for a very long time. But, they were all ignored and they decided to do what they felt that it's right now. Everybody have to dance to the rhythm of the music. Like, seriously. Anyways, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please, if you've not subscribed, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. I also have a backup channel by the name Belinda Verse. I stitch some stitches I'm not able to put up here. I try as much as I can to stitch it out there. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.